These are the most emotional GAC family Christmas movies ever. We're starting off with the movie where a beautiful woman goes under the guise of a secret Santa to help her community. But will her cover be blown? And what are the consequences? That is the plot of A Kindhearted Christmas, which is directed by Ailsley Leet and stars Jenny Garth as Jamie Monroe and Cameron Matheson as Scott Morris. The movie is about Jamie, who is the owner of a sightseeing company in a small town in New York. Since the time her husband, Matt Monroe, passed away 5 years back, Jamie was having a hard time navigating through the holidays. Matt loved Christmas, and he found the festive season to be the ideal time to support and help others. Jamie doesn't want to end Matt's good work. Therefore, she needs to know someone who can help her out with her late husband's goodwill. For years, Jamie had a favorite TV show named Wake Up Upstate, and the reason why the show was her favorite was simply because of the dashing anchor, Scott. Not to forget, the show itself was a little mystery. When Jamie learns that a high school is raising money, she decides to donate a sizable sum of money undercover, and she continues to do so every day. One by one, people are moved by Jamie's deed, and soon the community is deeply engaged in the spirit of generosity and support. The word of this kind deed has spread throughout the town, and this prompts Scott, the anchor, to visit Cooperville to find out about the secret Santa who was suddenly making waves. Scott goes around interviewing people randomly, which also includes Jamie. As luck may have it, the two strike a chord and start dating. However, Jamie is under a constant dilemma whether or not to tell Scott that she indeed was the secret Santa. Although it's her personal wish to remain anonymous, Jamie wondered if Scott would respect her or not if he found out the truth. Would he understand her reasons for keeping the secret from him? Should she tell him and put her relationship at risk? We won't be spilling the movie for you, so the twists and turns the plot takes thereafter are a must watch, and we assure you that it turns out to be quite unpredictable. The filming of A Kindhearted Christmas took place in Vancouver and Maple Ridge, Canada. In order to capture the energy and vitality of the holiday season, the film's production team decorated Vancouver's summer streets with ornaments, lights, and Christmas trees. In Maple Ridge, the filming took place at Memorial Peace Park, where the outdoor Christmas scenes both during the day and at night were shot. One of our favorite scenes that we found is when Jamie and Scott go on a dinner date. Scott rented the whole place for Jamie to spend time with her. Over dinner, when Jamie asks Scott if he is glad about staying back in Coopersville for Christmas, Scott gives an answer that will fill anyone that's hurt. He, without any hesitation, said to her that he is absolutely glad and that he loves the town for many reasons. Following that, he said something really heartwarming.
The way people come together and the joy that you get from Christmas traditions. I totally get why you love this town so much.
What he mentions next will make you fall in love with him all over again.
I know what I'm missing from my own life. And if I jetted off to Belize, I wouldn't have met you.
While Jamie has a tough decision to make to abide by her late husband's wish or to reveal the truth to her newfound love, in this next movie, a breakup turns out to be a blessing when a stranger enters the picture. Angel Falls Christmas, directed by Jerry Ciceriti and starring Jessica Lowndes as Allie Morgan and Chad Michael Murray as Gabe, is about Allie, who is a workaholic ER doctor struggling to find a balance between her daily life and work. Her demanding work schedule is causing a rift between her and her boyfriend Josh. As a result, Allie faces a devastating but amicable breakup at a dinner, leaving her alone during the holidays. The joyous, jolly occasion turns very sour for her. Allie gets to the point where she needs help. When she meets Gabe, a barista, he unintentionally becomes her Christmas spirit and purposefully completes her Christmas list. With Gabe, she finds love to be a miracle in itself. He makes an effort to help her in seeing that her relationship with Josh is not the right one for her, and that Josh is too terrified to continue loving her and defend her. This introspection makes her face herself and the changes she has to make in her life to make herself happy. The movie progresses through Allie's self-discovery as she works with Gabe to make her goals come true. The movie illustrates the wonders that Christmas can bring about in people's souls and relationships through the warmth that Allie and Gabe share and cherish. The film was shot in the peaceful and pleasant North Bay neighborhoods. The production of the movie had to recreate the locations for the perspective of the festive season because the filming took place in the summer. For the vast outdoor shooting, Christmas decorations, trees, baked snow, and colorful costumes were worn. The city's sparkling nighttime streets are beautifully shown in the movie because there are plenty of night scenes. expect. This scene between Allie and Mrs. Spike will surely trigger your emotions. When Allie goes to Mrs. Spike's house to drop off a bag, Mrs. Spike notices Elvis's album. Allie then said that the album was her dad's favorite. Hearing that, Mrs. Spike talked about her daughter and how the same album was her daughter's favorite too. Allie was surprised to know that Mrs. Spike had a daughter, and that's when Mrs. Spike clarified that she had one. Her daughter passed away years ago, and she never talked about it, as it was easier when fewer people knew about it. That's when Allie mentioned losing her parents at a young age, and both have a heartfelt conversation. Just get your tissues ready.
You have a daughter?
I did.
I am so sorry.
Something about you that
Reminds you of her?
remind me of the person she could have become.
While Allie's breakup urges her to begin a journey into herself and what makes her happy, in this next movie, a young woman introduces the joys of Christmas to someone who tried to stay away from it. Joy for Christmas, directed by Pat Williams and starring Cindy Bisbee as Holly Silver and Samuel Page as Jack Kane, is about Cindy, who is a publicist. Cindy quits her job after getting tired of the problems at work, but sadly has no other job to replace it. The situation is much like the time she left the family business, Silver Investments, where she would likely be the vice president right now if she hadn't left following a disagreement over the direction of the business with her father, President Edward Silver, stepmother Catherine Silver, and stepbrother Justin Silver. Since then, she hasn't spoken to them. Holly, however, in visiting her sister Eve, feels that rather than seeking a new job, she should go back to the family business. Soon, a problem arises. A Christmas toy giveaway to needy kids, an event created by her long-deceased mother, upon which the company was built, is in danger. This year, they hired a seasoned fundraising firm to handle the toy giveaways planning, but the firm unexpectedly filed for bankruptcy and took all the toy donations with them. While the rest of her family think they should forego this year's toy giveaway to regroup and make a strategy for handling the media when it makes the news, Holly is determined to follow her mother's vision and figure out a solution to make it happen. She proposes making a well-known figure the focal point of a fundraising effort to attract a fresh batch of donations. She then introduces Jack, a former Major League pitcher, to the joys of Christmas in the hope that he will help her in saving her family's annual charity. Jack would understand the issue because the same firm impacted his own charity and he had already addressed it in the media. Despite his empathy for Holly's situation, Jack does not want to be the face of a holiday advertising campaign, as Christmas had bad implications for him. Holly is able to persuade him to at least think about it while acting as Santa's helper elf. She tried to show him the joys of Christmas. Jack begins to see Christmas through Holly's eyes as they spend time together in the weeks leading up to the potential fundraiser featuring Jack, and the two start to fall in love. In this scene, when Jack comes to the charity function and Holly thanks Jack for doing the fundraiser while facing the past, Jack gives us a heart-melting ride. Jack tells Holly that agreeing to the fundraiser started off as a favor, but then she showed something that his life had been missing and that he could not be more grateful. As much as we wanted them to continue, the host interrupted the conversation.
You know, this started off as a favor, but you've shown me the things in my life that are missing, and I could not be more grateful.
Ladies and gentlemen.
While this annual charity brought with it lots of surprises filled with love and joy, this next movie, which just released in the last week of October 22, an eventful fundraiser unexpectedly brings together two reluctant hearts. Catering Christmas, directed by T.W. Peacock, starring Merritt Patterson as Molly Frost and Daniel Leasing as Carson Jacob Harrison, is about Molly, who is the owner of Molly's Menu Magic. Molly is so devoted that she is even missing her family's holiday trip to the Florida Keys so she can focus on keeping her business profitable. Karen is a famous photographer who has spent years traveling the world to avoid taking over his Aunt Jean's foundation. As Molly struggles with her new catering business, she unexpectedly secures New Hampshire's biggest event of the year, the Harrison Foundation Christmas fundraiser, which will be overseen by Carson Jacob Harrison, the nephew and reluctant heir to the family's foundation. After noticing that Molly brings a certain glint into Carson's eye, Jean puts puts Carson in charge of the event in an attempt to bring them together and also bring Carson into the family business. Carson is taken on a journey by Molly, who once was the beneficiary of the foundation's generosity, to discover all the good his family provides for so many people. The finding inspires Carson to use his artistic talents to produce the most touching charity event in the foundation's history. Things get complicated for Molly when she starts falling for Carson. Just like how you're falling in love with our extensive line of Hallmark content, to keep the videos coming, please do drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. So share this video with your peers, friends, family, because after all, there's nothing better than sharing some good, emotional Christmas movies with each other. With that done, let's move on to the speech that Carson makes during the fundraiser. Carson starts saying how he spent his life trying to find the meaning through a camera lens, but then the last week, which is during the time of the fundraising preparation week, he had opened his eyes to the real differences that Harrison's Foundation makes in people's lives every day. Carson then expresses his gratitude for receiving the privilege to play a small part in the Christmas gala, and then he gives us a surprise as well. This is so touching.
You're looking at the new executive director of the Harrison Foundation / chief photographer.
Okay.
So which of these emotional movies is your favorite? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.